Do you know the full potential of your Gmail inbox? I'm here to show you 14 power tips to get the most out of your email experience. HandyHudsonite here. DIY tips, hacks, reviews, handy and useful advice so that you can get the job done. Tip number 1, Smart Compose. Gmail rolled this one out this year, and it is a great feature. A lot of us, in fact, I was thinking this just before they rolled out the feature. I was actually thinking, wouldn't it be cool if in email we had kind of an autocomplete type of experience like we do on our mobile devices? And that's exactly what Smart Compose is it's an autocomplete feature. So let's look at this in the Gmail inbox and take a closer look. So here is my Gmail inbox. Now, to get to the Smart Compose, you just want to open up a new message. And again, I'm assuming that you know how to get into your inbox in Gmail. Oh, if over 1/7 of the planet is using this, I'm not going to go into the basics of getting into your inbox. So we're going to compose a new message. I am just going to send it to myself. Hey there. Okay, so I haven't used this account a whole lot, so there's not going to be a lot of autocomplete features. The autocomplete, or Smart Compose, I should say, it learns from what you type on a regular basis, just like on your phone. So I'm going to just start, and there you can see how it finishes this question for me with what it thinks I'm going to say. So in order to accept this, all you have to do is hit the tab. It will skip to the end of that, and you'll notice that the gray goes away. That's all you got to do. And then you can continue to type. That is the Smart Compose. Power tip number 2, canned responses. Now this is a really fascinating feature that Gmail has rolled out this year. And in order to do that, you may not realize, but you have these 3 dots down in the lower right corner of your Compose box. Now we're going to go to canned responses. Okay. And notice I already have one in here, but we are going to do a new one. So now, in order to set this up, is you want to have what you want to put in the canned response already written in your content box. And I'm just going to leave this "how are you" here, and that's going to become our canned response. So what we need to do is go to canned responses, and you want to do new canned response. We'll just call this new greeting, since I already have one called greeting. Hit OK. So now let's say you're typing along, or maybe this is just the first part of your email, and you want to add your canned response. So go here to canned response, and now under the insert tab, these are kind of hard to see because they're a little grayed out. Google, you need to make these a little bit more prominent. So you have insert, save, delete. We'll click the new greeting. Okay, I guess it's confirming that we overwrite the canned response. Since it's the same text, I'll say OK. And there it is. And even though you didn't see it go in there, just so you can see how this works, I'll do previous greeting that I had. Boom, there you go. The one that said, "Hi, how are you?" Okay, so that's your canned response. If you want to, say you want to delete it, just go under the delete tab, delete it, it's gone. There we go. Shows that we saved that one. If we want to delete that one, it's gone. Okay, so now we won't have any more canned responses. Power tip number 3, Snooze Options. Now this one is used when we receive a message. So I will just open up one from Twitter. And the way you get to this one for the snooze is up here on your top menu. It's one with the little clock symbol. You click here and you can snooze this message until later today, tomorrow, next week, or a custom time. So we'll say later today. And so what happens is it puts that message on snooze, and then it'll pop up later. So if you want to use this, if for example you want to be able to put off a response to something and you're not quite ready to respond to it, but you don't want to forget about it, and so you snooze it. So that is power tip number 3. Power tip number 4, the send and archive button. Now again, we're going to go into a message, and the send and archive here, I should say first, you have to have this set up in your settings. So the way you get to it is you click this cog icon here, you go into your settings. Okay, there's this send and archive. By default, this is going to be hidden. I've already enabled mine, so you need to click this to say show send and archive button in reply, but be sure to come down and click save changes, because if you don't, it's not going to save. So let's go back to our inbox, click on this message from Twitter, click reply. Now, when you have this enabled, you will see, instead of just the send button, you will see send plus, and then this download symbol. And when this gets archived, I'm not going to do it now. When this gets archived, it's going to go into a folder called All Mail, and that is where it will be kept if you want to be able to find it. And so that's how you use the send and archive. Power tip number 5, the undo send. This one is not used very much, but when it is important. Let's say you're typing up a message, and okay, let's pretend that that is an address to someone that I do not want this message to go to. So you frustrate me. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's say this is just a message that doesn't pertain to this particular person. Click send. Now down here, you're going to see this message sent and then an undo feature. I'm going to undo that. So it puts it right back into my draft and it doesn't get sent. Now, by default, Gmail only gives you, I believe, just 5 or 6 seconds. So that's how long that dialogue will stay up before you can actually, before it disappears, and then you can't undo it anymore. The way you extend it is you go into settings, and here under the undo send, under general tab, you can choose a longer period. By default, I think it's 5 seconds. I upped mine to 20. So it just gives you more time to undo that dangerous email that you don't want to go out to somebody. Power tip number 6, inbox configuration. Now we all have different preferences on the way that we like to do things, and Google's aware of that. So when we have the Gmail experience here, we can lay out our inbox differently. So just go to the cog here to go to settings. And up here, you want to go to the inbox tab. All right, so you click on this inbox type. We're given 5 different options: default, important first, unread first, starred first, and priority inbox. And be sure to keep watching because I'm going to talk about the priority inbox in just a little bit. And by default, obviously, Google will have it on default, which is just going to show messages in their default mode or the way they think you like it. And that's going to involve having some tabs. I find that to be a little bit annoying, at least from my personal experience. You might be different. So what we can do is do important first, unread first, or starred first. So let's just do unread first, just for example. And again, keep in mind, these aren't going to save automatically. You need to click the Save Changes down here. So now you'll see my inbox. You see up here at the top, they have this unread tab, and then everything that's unread will stay here and give prominent attention to that. And then everything else will fall down here. So this just gives you a nice, easy layout for seeing what has not been read yet. So that is the inbox configuration in a nutshell. Power tip number 8. preview pane. Okay, so for those of you who like the Microsoft Outlook experience, and this might be keeping you on the fence as far as coming over to Gmail, this one is going to change your mind. And this, again, has to be set up. It's not set up by default. So we'll go into settings. Okay, preview pane under the advanced tab. This will be disabled by default. You need to click enable, and again, come down to save changes down here. They keep moving that button around. Okay, and your inbox will refresh. It'll restart. So now the way this works is click up here on this icon, and you're given these three options. No split the way it is now, vertical split or horizontal split. And let's do vertical split. And this may look familiar to you for those of you who use Outlook for business or for personal use. That way we can see the dialogue over here of the inbox of the messages and then be able to read the message on the go. In fact, I might start doing this. This is actually pretty convenient. So this is the vertical split of the preview pane. You can also split this horizontally if you want your preview down below. I personally wouldn't like it like this, but if you do, use the horizontal split. We'll go back here to no split for now, just to bring things back to the default. Power tip number 9, custom star icons. These, again, back to the trusty settings box. Okay, so here we are in the general settings. You got to scroll down a little bit. So here are the star lists, and you have some presets here. 1 star, 4 stars, all stars, and then this list here gives you other options for what's not in use. And if you want to be able to utilize them, just click and drag them over. It'll put you in the in-use line. If you don't want to use them anymore, just drag them over here. So you can bring up as many as you want that are here. It doesn't offer you the ability to upload a custom image. That would be nice, but at this point they don't offer that. And then when these stars are really handy to use with your inbox. You have this star, that's the default star. But then you see here, this is the custom one that I added. Normally it would just be a yellow star. And so you can put in a number of different ones if you want to label various messages differently, bringing greater productivity. Power tip number 10, custom keyboard shortcuts. Now, this one's a fun one because it just enables you to do things a lot faster in Gmail without having to use the mouse. It just cuts down on the amount of time it takes to move around the Gmail experience. So I clicked on this cog, and then here you have keyboard shortcuts, but in order to bring up that dialog, you have to have the keyboard shortcuts enabled, which it is not by default. So you have to go into the advanced tab first and enable it. Remember to click the save changes. Then this tab, keyboard shortcuts, will show up here. And here you have all the different keyboard shortcut actions, and this is quite a list to remember. But you can come in and change any of these that you want. So if you want to change that to I, or if you want to change it to asterisk, that's all you have to do. And just whatever preference you like. And then you just use these in your email experience just to do things faster. Power tip number 11, block senders. This is a nice one if you just get annoying emails that aren't necessarily going into your spam or just from somebody that you don't want to be getting emails from. All you do is when the email is received, I'm not going to block my Twitter updates, wouldn't want to do that. What you do is you come over here to these 3 dots and you would do block, and it'll give the name of the sender, and then you confirm it. I'm not going to do that here. And then you won't be getting any more messages from that particular sender. So nice feature there for just cutting down on those annoyances. Power tip number 12, offline mode. Now this is great if you're traveling, or if you're just in an area that doesn't have good connectivity out in, like at a cabin or just in the wilderness somewhere. This enables you to continue to compose messages, to reply to people that will be saved to your outbox to be sent when you're connected again. Or if you're in the car, obviously not driving, if you're in the car and you want to catch up on some emails, you can do it with this. And this just provides a great experience. The one caveat to this is that you have to be Gmail has to be opened on your browser before you lose connectivity. You can't open up Gmail when you're offline and expect it to work. It has to be already open in your browser. So don't close out that tab. Make sure that you have it open, and then you can use it when you're offline. Power tip number 13, incorporate Google Tasks. And this is going to be a highlight on your right sidebar over here. These are extremely powerful and enable you to stay in the Gmail inbox to get a lot done. And that's what my channel is all about helping you to get things done, get the job done. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so that you can get updates on how you can get things done better. A little plug for myself. Over here in the right sidebar, you'll see some icons here, and these are put here by default. You see this tasks, keep, and calendar. So I'll just highlight all three of these at once since I'm not actually going into depth about all of them. So you click on that in your tasks. If it's the first time that you've used this, it's going to bring up a profile asking you to confirm it. So the way this works is you can click on here and you can create lists. So for example, if you have a work list, personal list, and whatever category you want to use, you just click this create new list, which I've done already. You'll have my tasks here by default. I have a video task list. And the way that you add a task is you just click add a task, give it a title, get groceries, or whatever it is. And then if you want more detail, you click on that pen icon, add some detail. You can even add a due date, say by tomorrow. You can even add subtasks. So if you wanted to do get gas, okay? And there's no save button here. It will save automatically. Hit that arrow to come back over to your task list. And there it is. That's how you create a task. And it will also integrate with Google Calendar, which is an amazing, amazing integration. So when you open up your Google Calendar, you will see your tasks in there. And I believe it's there by default. If not, then I guess it's fodder for a new video. Okay, one cool feature about Google Tasks here in the inbox, and this is where you really hit hyperdrive with the Gmail experience. The productivity is off the charts here. Is, okay, let's say I open up this email here. And by the way, I do have a website, HandyHudsonite.com. That's what this Google main, I have the name hosted on Google Domains. So a little plug for that. Check it out. Okay, so let's say, for example, I didn't actually need to open this. Guess it was free plug. What you do is you can actually create tasks from your emails. So all you do is you pull it over here and you'll see that box pop up and boom, it's right there. If you want to change the title, because a lot of times email titles are very convoluted, domain, work, whatever. Add your details if you want. Give it a due date, say tomorrow, and you're done. There you go. And the cool thing about this is when you go to do the task, you don't have to go searching for that email. All you do is click here on this email icon bar, click it, and it automatically opens that email that you're referring to. So it's just a productivity win. So kudos to Google for that. And you have Google Keep here. This is for taking notes, and this is an amazing integration as well. And it's a little different than tasks because you can add more content to it, and then it obviously integrates with Google Notes so that you can keep various content, images that you want to refer to later. And here's your Google Calendar integration. Just another bonus, another reason that you don't have to leave your Gmail inbox. You can do so many things right inside of this dashboard. It's unbelievable. And I'm not going to get into this today, but just keep watching because I'm going to show you some ways that you can add in even more apps here on the side for more productivity. Power tip number 14. This leads me into an app experience here in Gmail that you can add even more plugins to power your experience here. You want to click the cog and come down here to get add-ons. And this will open up a box that will just have several different, and they're continually updating this and adding more integrations. And you've got a lot of common apps from project management to just different ways that you can power your Gmail experience, CRMs, and this is just a great way to boost your productivity. Trello, which is common for project management. I use Asana a lot, and so I have Asana integrated into my personal inbox. This is not my personal inbox, but this is, I have that integrated, and when you integrate it, the icon will show up over here. And so anything that I create in Asana, I can access here in the Gmail inbox, and vice versa. If I create something here in the Asana app in my Gmail, it will get populated into my Asana projects. So just an amazing way for me to go back and forth between the two without even having to leave Gmail. I have two bonus tips for you that I want to show you that I just noticed in Gmail, again in the compose box. So the first one is this confidential mode, and down in the comments let me know your experience with this. If I haven't used this yet, so let me know what you think of it. This is a feature that allows your message to somebody to stay confidential, and you can set the time limit as to how long they can see it. I believe that's how that works. Different options there for time limit. And then you can even create a text passcode to require them to see the message. So great feature. I'm looking forward to using that more. Another bonus power tip is right here. Google Pay integrates now with your Gmail inbox. And I use this with some people that I split costs on for software, or if I just need to send somebody money or send me. Love this feature. There's no fees for this as long as you link your bank accounts, debit cards to the platform. You'll need to set this up with Google Pay separately, but once you do, it's going to integrate right with your box, your inbox that is, and then you can send or receive money right from Gmail. So again, another way that you can run your business or your personal experience without even having to leave your inbox. So there you have it. 14 power tips and 2 bonus tips on how to use Gmail for greater productivity to get the job done. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell below so that you can get handy and useful advice. Check out my other videos and look at the ones that are here. Is it done? I don't know. Yeah, I think I still have the camera on. That's okay. I hope it went okay. Glad to know. Yeah, screencast is done. Good job. Like the Christmas tree, stockings. Santa, can I get something in these stockings?